schoolwork, college applications, extracurriculars, friendships, family, health. Tell me, how am I supposed to find the time to balance all these things? All these threads, each representing a different responsibility. Something that we're all expected to be successful in. Work hard in school and get good grades, but don't forget to be working on those college applications so you get into the most prestigious college. And of course, find time to hang out with friends and family, but don't forget to take care of your own health too. These threads, each end tied to a different part of your body. One here, another here. You try to loosen one and then another tightens. Work hard in school, but then all your friendships fall apart. You see, there is no solution, no way to loosen these threads. There's always pressure in one area, and pretty soon it'll build up and up and up, and then what? You just give up? You let the threads take over? But why are we expected to do so much? No one ever stops to ask if these things are going well. No one can see these threads that tie us down. We walk the streets like puppets. Our responsibility is the puppet masters. Now, success seems to be the end game for all of us, is it not? But when we reach it, will we be able to say we're content? Is success really worth it? What would it feel like to just let all of that go? For now, my limbs are bound, but one day I'll cut these threads loose.
Little kids always talk about what they want to be when they grow up. Typically, you hear dream jobs like singers, football players, Batman. When you're little, you can dream like that. And you should, but as you get older, you better find a real job. My sophomore year, I had a breakdown as my parents pushed jobs in the medical field at me. I was struck with this harsh realization that all of my passions are not valued by society. I love music, theater, art, history. There are careers in these areas, but only for the best of the best. Everyone else who even attempts to get a job in one of these fields has a life of struggle and employment insecurity ahead of them.
Do you want that, Isabella?
No. On the other hand, careers with math, science, and medicine pay extremely well and offer great employment benefits. These careers aren't for everyone, though. So why can't I spend my life doing something I love? People tell you to follow a career path you feel passionate about, while simultaneously scorning anyone who doesn't have a sensible career. Sensible? What does that mean? The definition of sensible is a course of action chosen in accordance with wisdom or prudence, likely to be of benefit. So, yeah, certainly it is sensible to have a career that pays well enough to provide a healthy living. But is it not also sensible because on average, people spend 47 years working to choose something you love?
Make the right choice.
Why do we not learn about the Syrian civil war? Thousands of people are being bombed by their own government dictatorship. Children are being murdered in their own homes, and families are fleeing to Europe in boats that are sinking in the Mediterranean Sea. Why do we not learn that overfishing is such a huge problem? The ocean's fish are predicted to be dead by 2048, and over 1 billion people rely on seafood as one of their only sources of nutrition. And even after knowing this, the United States alone throws away 2 billion pounds of seafood each year. Why do we not learn about the autogolpe of Alberto Fujimori in Peru, the treatment of sex workers in Cambodia, the kidnapping of 276 girls in Nigeria by Boko Haram, the Taiji dolphin hunt slaughter, the growing popularity of GMOs in our food, and the fact that over 1.5 million American families live on as little as $2 a day? Why don't we learn about any of this? I can't fault my generation for our lack of worldly knowledge, because we've grown up in a world of constant sayings such as, "I'll tell you when you're older," or don't discuss politics at the dinner table. When am I supposed to talk about them? When am I supposed to learn? In school? No. The presidential election was so controversial this year that I heard in multiple classes that we would never debate the presidential race. The last presidential debate could have been rated as MA mature for TV parental guidelines. Knowing that educators often tie these assignments to student homework, do you feel you are modeling positive and appropriate behavior for today's youth?
That's an interesting question. But here's the thing. There was no one on that ballot that I feel like I could have voted for without giving up a piece of myself. There were people who passed their vote as a literal joke. Meanwhile, I've spent the last 7 months tearing things up in my head, the most emotionally vulnerable I've ever been, trying to figure out how I feel about something I have no say in. And that's okay. I understand. But I feel like we're being used. We being my friends and I, the youth everyone talks about instead of to. Clearly we need to be fixed. Clearly someone else is responsible for the state that we're in. Clearly it needs to be handled. And I can agree with the essence of this logic. We have problems. We're losing our emotions to Twitter and Instagram. We cry for kindness, justice, equality, and then we turn around and end friendships with anyone who doesn't feel the exact same way. But right now, I'm making generalizations, when the truth is, I have friends who are standing in the streets because they genuinely believe they can be the force of change. I may not agree with most of them, but I sure as hell respect them. And if you asked instead of just guessing, you would see that it's hope more than anything that's pushing them out there. This country was built to represent something, to say something, to do something. And it was built by people who had beliefs they were willing to die for and who knew how to share them. And they had an audience who was prepared to do the only thing there was to do, to sit down together as a nation and disagree, for weeks on end. We have to be able to disagree. We need passion without anger, discourse without resentment, compromise without ridicule, and explanations without condescension. Bipartisanship is seen as traitors because we say we care about getting the job done, but we don't. We care about getting it done our way. But back to your question. We should never have gotten to the point where that needs to be asked. I hear it in the tone of a mother begging her child to behave, beyond the point of hoping for anything special, desperate now to settle for simply not embarrassing the dinner guests. If we're not sure that our president can act appropriately, when do we start to consider intelligently or honorably? This question lowers the bar, and that's on us. These are our choices because we chose them. And based on what? From what I've observed, anger and blind loyalty. There was no intense assessment of readiness or ability, no attempt to bring out the best and brightest this country has to offer. What we need to know now is if our president can act mature enough that parents can spend the next 4 years without their hands covering their kids' eyes. What we need to do now is sit down together as a nation and disagree. We've done it before in harder times than these. I know I've got plenty to say. So to finally answer you, I would say this. We don't need to be spoken for, we need to be heard.
Maybe the media, our families, our schools think that they're protecting us. They shield us from knowing just how scary our world can be. But all they're doing is creating a bunch of children who don't care. And we would care if we just knew about it. If someone told us what was really going on,
We could contribute to the solution.
We live in a broken world with all these ideas broken, and I am fearful for the future of girls. People say that we complain too much, and what more could women want? I want for girls the age of 10 in Afghanistan to have no fear of going home to a man. A 40-year-old man her parents have labeled her husband. For a woman to be able to sing as loud and as poorly as they want in Iran without being arrested. For girls not to die in childbirth when they are merely children. For children in India to not get beaten for refusal of marriage, to be a thing of the past. A part of our history. We recognize these actions as facts and ignore them until they seem to dissolve, but they will never truly vanish until we notice them. This issue is not an annoying sibling that will eventually leave you alone. This is an issue that will continue to grow. A person that will continue to steal cash from your pockets until you snitch. However, this has gone on for so long that they will blame you when an attempt to fix a problem is finally made, as you were assisting them to fester, to feed and grow this living plague. Women are not an economic burden. Girls are not to be bought. We are worth more than the world's ignorance. We want attention.
And we want the world to change.
Warning, red alert, educated black girl come through. Y'all better get up out of the way, because she coming in hot. She got the starting her stuff and pep in her step. She may seem a little bougie, but she ain't letting anything get in her way. That's the way I wanted to be like with my sisters in her room. Grand, dramatic. I mean, they should have been treated like that since the beginning. They come from a long line of strong women who built this country with their bare hands. And the audacity that this country has to treat them like crap. Like they ain't about to anything when they're the reason y'all have the resources and the infrastructure today. But that's just the way it is. And it might not be okay probably for the rest of their lives. But I'm pretty sure they'll do their best to rise amongst the demons of this country. My sister keeps on telling me,
Why do you see yourself as just black?
that's that she knows everything about society. But the truth of the matter is that they ain't gonna see nothing but the shade of your skin. They'll be my age, young and beautiful and gifted, and so many people, especially guys, are gonna take advantage of that, hoping that they'll have the intelligence to get out of these terrible situations. They need to know that, because true beauty comes from the eye of the beholder. That their body is safe, that someone only worthy of their presence is allowed to unlock, and that their mind is just something more to lead on with. They'll be in the workplace, on the stage, in the court, in the studio, on the field, or wherever they are. I hope they use Mama's teachings and her advice to guide themselves throughout life. The day that my sisters fall from society, those is the day I meet. Their blackness is a true gift.
There is an unspoken language among women of all ages.
Though it's not easily translated by word of mouth, it's read in our endless fight to be the prettiest, the most popular, to have the best body, to be the most intelligent. We tirelessly push ourselves to be better than the girl next to us, to fit in. What we don't realize is that we end up just waging war against our own mind and body. The biggest problem is that the majority of people shaming women are other women. Every girl has experienced this.
So why do we, knowing how it feels, shame those around us? Why does society have to bully women by telling them they have to be tall, with a small waist and a big butt and perfect eyebrows and an evenly contoured face? It's not even realistic. Although I too have been shamed, I'm confident in myself now. I haven't always been though, so I'm speaking for those who are still learning to love themselves.
I used to walk down the hallway and compare myself to everyone. I wanted to be skinny like the girl passing me, but no matter how much I worked out or how well I ate, my thighs stayed the same.
People tell me, oh, you have nothing to worry about. You're thin, you have clear skin, straight hair.
But society tells me that
I am not enough.
Our bodies can't be replaced, and we need to respect them. How are we supposed to respect them when those around us are constantly disrespecting us? People think I might be perfect and think I can't be self-conscious.
But because I was so focused on trying to be pretty like my friends, it took me until my junior year of high school to finally feel comfortable wearing a swimsuit or shorts to school.
But because of their comments, I'm afraid to be myself because they will look down on me for just being who I'm supposed to be.
We say, all that matters is what's on the inside, but really, is it?
I think what's on the outside is pretty important too. Not whether your stomach is flat or whether you wear makeup every day.
But whether we are comfortable and happy with what we were given. Women aren't in competition.
We don't need to compete.
We don't need to compete. Our individual abilities do not define us, and they definitely do not make us any more or less human than any other person. All they do is make us stronger. If you want to get a tattoo, get a tattoo.
If you don't want to wear makeup, don't wear makeup.
If you want to be you, be you.
We need to look out for one another.
We are here to help each other realize all of our individual beauty inside and out.
We're the only hope to end this form of bullying. It shouldn't be
women versus women, but women with women.
Okay, time for lunch. Let me text Reagan and Alexis to see what lunch they have. Phew, they have second lunch too. I'll just go find them. No, definitely not. Oh gosh, I'm not friends with all those other people. They're such a close group, but maybe this is my chance to get to know them. I'll just walk up and say hi.
hey guys.
That was awkward. They're talking about their summer. I could contribute to that too. So, over the summer, never mind, no one's listening to me. I'll try to make a joke. So, I heard this funny joke. Okay, that didn't work either. I could just act like I'm texting someone on my phone. I had to ask my mom something anyways. Wait, why is the bell ringing? I didn't even get to talk to anyone yet.
Okay, bye guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow, I guess.
That was the entirety of my freshman year. I used to be such an outgoing person, I could talk to anyone regardless of whether they were interested in the conversation or not. It wasn't until I began eating lunch with that group that I learned that I wasn't to speak unless spoken to. I learned that my conversation topics were boring, therefore making me boring. And I learned that if I didn't participate in putting down others in order to build up my self-esteem, I was a prude. This group focused its energy on creating the I'm too cool for you vibe and remained exclusive to everyone. I was lucky if they said more than 2 sentences to me throughout the entirety of the school year.
Why is this so? Is it because I was different than them? Is it because I didn't fit into their cookie-cutter group member? Why do we live in a world in which people attempt to conform to what society tells us is the acceptable status quo? People put down others because they're not the same as them. It's not right. Why can't we just accept others and their differences? Throughout the year, I saw myself trying to be more like that group. I bought clothes based on how they would look at them. I avoided my real friends in the hallway because I was scared those people would laugh at them. I lost myself in an attempt to fit in. I wanted to be in that group so bad, I lost my morals and my character. Everything I had strived to become, the person I had strived to become, was gone. My life reset itself this summer, though, when I learned that we are all justified to feel comfortable enough being ourselves. I was a teen counselor at a summer camp in which I spoke to middle schoolers on this very same issue. And through addressing my problems with conformity and not thinking I'm good enough, I found a family of other teen counselors who would love me for everything I am. I returned to school stronger than I left it, and I found a new group of friends, one who accepts me for me. I am enough, you are enough, and we all are enough. So why should we continue to try to fit into society
When we were meant to stand out.
I remember being a freshman and caring so much about every single issue. I'd argue with you about feminism, abortion, women's rights, gay rights, and any other worthy topic from when the school bell rang at 9 o'clock until 3:55. I wanted everyone to understand not only why my beliefs were correct, but important. Don't get me wrong, I was a shy kid, but my deep caring for the world around me forced me into expressing my many ideas. But then, over the next couple of years, something shifted. Slowly but surely, my passions for the world around me just burned out. While I used to love watching the news every night with my family, the ritual of sitting down for 30 minutes after dinner became almost painful to me. Every evening, images of murder, political disaster, environmental despair, floods, fires, and tornadoes flashed before my eyes. And it was too much, too many issues, too many things that I had to fix. So instead, I pushed away the very empathy that made me a passionate person. I became more disconnected from the world around me. And it was so much easier. It's so much easier. Apathy has become my default reaction.
I don't care! My teacher wants me to write a paper about certain issues. I just don't care about anything. I do want to, but I just don't. When someone introduces a certain topic, most teenagers say, I don't care. I have nothing else to say. But they should care about something, right? They should have a voice for something, right? I'm one of those people that just don't care. Like, I really don't care. Because I lack passion or interest, and it makes me seem a boring person, but I don't think I'm a boring person, am I? Everyone in my class are doing big and important issues. They seem so eager. Then there's me, not having anything, because like again, not caring is such a good issue. But wait, maybe it is! Okay, let me hear myself out. Not caring is such a good issue because if I don't care about the presidential election, then someone that you hate and you just think they're an awful person will become president. Or maybe, if I don't care what I'm going to do after high school, then where am I going to go? Nowhere! Or maybe if I don't apply myself and stop standing here complaining about not caring, then I'll probably be homeless! Which I don't want. But writing this paper won't be so hard, because now I have a great topic. Oh my god. But then everyone's going to be like,
That's not an issue.
but you know, I don't care.
Anxiety. It's a natural thing everyone feels. Adults as well, but teenagers especially. Adults tend to think that our anxiety is just hormones, which might be true for a lot, but for some it's not our hormones acting up.
Breathe. Just breathe. You have to breathe.
Adults don't take it seriously. They don't take me seriously when I tell them I feel bad inside. It's an eternal storm that doesn't go away.
You can't keep treating yourself like this. You can't keep thinking like this. It's torture.
My mom would say, just relax or turn it off. But it's not some button you could press on or off. Sometimes you need help and to be told your emotions are real.
I just can't breathe. I stress myself out way too much. I feel like a failure, like a screw up. I never do anything right.
You need to be told that your emotions are valid and honest.